Hello everybody, in this video I'm talking about things that I care about the most. I really want them to be in the game. And I think this can make the game really something extraordinary for many players, including myself. The first thing is rewarding exploration. You know, there are many big games, they have lots of vast areas to explore, whether it's planets, whether it's an open world game. And you know, sometimes they structured it in a way that you can't access, for example, certain areas that are high level. So the best loot is there and basically you need to level up in order to get there. Some others decide just to make everything kind of meh, you know, some not really great loot, and that's what you get. So it doesn't matter where you go, you can go everywhere. You don't feel less powered to, you know, to do certain things there, but the loot won't be any exciting at all. So again, bottom line is I want exploration to be rewarding because, you know, in this game, it's so vast, people would try to focus on certain things. Some would focus on exploration, some base building, some on space combat. So if you want to focus on exploration, it needs to be very rewarding. Otherwise, this aspect of the game won't be exciting. Now, other thing related to space combat, this is a space game, and this is what actually can make the game stand out for many other games because it's in space. So basically, space combat, not talking about the ground combat with a weapon, but really space combat can be something extraordinary if they nailed it correctly. I think it needs to be skill-based, something challenging and fun, and of course it can be connected to other things in the game, like you want to explore to find different maybe items to help you upgrade the ship, so it can be combined in a way to actually encourage other players to do other things in the game. Maybe there are some really rare items that you need to be a pirate to do certain missions to get them, you know, different ways. And so basically the space combat and the way it actually interacts with other aspects of the game is very, very important. The other thing is related to making the story engaging. Again, even if it's creating bits of information for those who don't like following stories, just want to get to the action, something that will give more depth to certain places, so you're more emotionally connected to certain actions, so events, certain places, and certain characters in the game. So even for those who enjoy just skipping everything when it comes to stories, giving them some good snippets of information they can just digest if they don't like stories. And something, by the way, you can do this visually to trigger some curiosity. There are different ways to make it work well for, you know, different type of players, and I hope they will do it correctly. The other thing is spaceship and base customization. Many players love it. The question is how they're gonna create a balance between the structure of the campaign compared to the freedom of the sandboxing type of gameplay that the game will have. So how much freedom you have and how rewarding it will be for you to do something like that, and how it will be actually interconnected, because otherwise you can maybe build amazing base, but again, if it doesn't lead to anything special for you to do, it's going to become boring at some point. Same goes if you don't want to rush the campaign, right? If you want to actually stay in the game and you want to continue spending even, you know, months even and continue playing, how the game actually going to provide you with enough content for that. And it leads me to talk to you about the replay volume in endgame. If you just, again, the campaign, you finish it, well, how is it going to be worthwhile to do a second one? Or maybe just players already so invested in their campaign or in some of the sandboxy type of the game, base building, they don't want to start another one because they're already invested. And what happens if you already reach, you know, the end of the campaign, will be something in endgame content that has good replay value inside the game that will be worthwhile compared to starting another campaign. That's yet to be seen, but this is very important to love. If, for example, you already invested a lot, you're already enjoying lots of combat, space combat, you don't want to start everything from the beginning because you farm for certain loot and got amazing upgrades. How would it be like starting all over again? A bit frustrating. So what different type of content that have good replay value for the end game there will be in the game? The other thing is regarding to mods. I know this game is going to be heaven for modders for sure. Wow, for visuals and of course lots of different things that are going to be in the game. But this game is just going to be heaven for them. So I'm sure we're going to be quite a lot of it for this game. Especially this is the type of game that, again, if I mention certain things that might be in the game that will have lots of good replay value for games to stay in the game for months to come, this is going to be very, very intriguing to see what modders are going to create for this game. So this is something I'm looking forward to in this game more than others. Let's see how it goes. Now, the other thing is rare fighting and secrets. We love those in games, you know, especially when you get reward and you know that just 0.1 players actually got it or something like that. The thing is that this is good for the entire game because it needs to be rewarding for, doesn't matter what you do in the game, whether it's combat, whether it's exploration, base building. It needs to be rewarding because you spend time doing things that you like in the game, but you find something really rare. So, you know, you're giving something that's not easy to get. So how do you implement it into the game? It will be interesting to see. But basically, especially, by the way, for exploration, of course. This is something that is very, very important to have in the game. I think those legendary findings, I do hope that we're going to have lots of them, but they're going to be hard to find, tricky to find for players. Now, the other thing is that when you look at the sky, you wonder, I mean, what's up there, right? So amazing. Now, being able in-game to go and just explore space is something amazing. And this, of course, needs to be done in a way that's really going to trigger our human curiosity about what's out there, whether other alien life forms, and basically try to engage with the question that we actually ask here in the real world. It doesn't have to, of course, stay loyal to it. It's a sci-fi game, but being able to, create a game that really makes you wonder, and the sense of wonder and curiosity is something that really drives us forward to explore. So this is something that probably going to be in the game by default, because that's how it is. You just go and explore. But again, being able to take some information about the story and maybe some, interesting information, things that we might, suggest that might exist in other planets that can be projected into the game in some creative way, can be very, very exciting to make the game more exciting to explore. Another thing with the world design, it happened to me in No Man's Sky, by the way. At some point it got boring, nothing really seemed interesting. It just became plateau at some point, even because it was procedurally generated. I do hope the design of the world and the creatures will be unique, not just seeing a dinosaur-like or robot-like, something that doesn't feel generic and feels very creative and unique, that drives our imagination. This is again all related to the creativity of the design of the different 3D models of the game, regarding different find these creatures, can be building structures, different things, landscape that makes the world really something different, unique, that really say, wow, what is that? I want to have this what is that a lot in the game, hopefully. So these are some things that I do hope that the game will nail correctly. There's a huge potential here to be something amazing. I don't know, it's been so long since I really craved for a good space adventure game. Something that will, just fly into space and explore. This is just something amazing. Really, when I think about it, I think about Space Quest and I think about Wing Commander. But since then, I play something that really I say, wow, this is just No, this is why I hope Starfield to be something extraordinary. There's a big crave for a game like that. And again, I spent a lot of time in No Man's Sky, but eventually I stopped because it got boring. Since then, of course, it got lots of upgrades and become a much, much better game, but nothing really drove me to just dive back into it. So Starfield is kind of a, something I look forward to, and hopefully to get lost into the game, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, this could be something amazing. I hope. Thanks for watching.